How you going, guys? It's Luke here from IPM Media. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the digital marketing ecosystem and how you can set up your business and put in systems in place that scale and allow your business to grow without you being there. Now, as I said previously, digital marketing is an ecosystem and it's not one or two tools you need to set up. It's several tools you can set up successfully and then they'll run your business for you. In this video, I'm going to discuss each tool I think is the most important and break it down. The first one's going to be your website. This is unbelievably important because it's the hub of your business. And then the other tools I'm going to be discussing include paid advertising, email campaigns, content marketing, social media, search engine optimization, and retargeting of traffic from your website. I'm going to break every one of those components down and discuss them in detail so you can set them up for your business. Let's get straight into it. Now guys, your website is the hub of your business if you're a digital business or any business in that fact, because everyone's on the internet nowadays. So if your website isn't perfect, then your business isn't going to run perfectly. And now, in order to set your website up as the hub of your digital marketing, it needs to be able to capture people and convert them to clients. And the way you do this is enabling them to enter a sales funnel. Now, your sales funnel might be download an ebook for free, or it might be contact us. It doesn't matter what it is, but as long as people can enter that sales funnel on their website, then that's perfect for them. And once you've got that sales funnel entry set up, you want to add lots of social proof. Social proof is going to help convert them and show to them that you're actually good at what you do. Social proof will be testimonials, logos of clients you've worked with, reviews, review videos, case studies, these sorts of things. Your portfolio, you want to have lots of that on your website to prove that you're capable of doing the work that you say you can do. And once you've got that set up, you've got a really good website to start driving traffic to. And keep in mind, when building a website, you can do it yourself or you can employ an agency to do it for you. I recommend if you want to go down the professional path, go with an agency. But if not, and you want to have a crack at doing it yourself, you can use tools like Squarespace. What am I doing? Or you can learn how to use WordPress. It's a really powerful tool. These are all tools which are very good at building websites and are great. WordPress is probably the biggest website builder at the moment. Keep in mind we want to go to wordpress.org. .com isn't what you want to be using. And once you're at WordPress, you can look at their themes and you can choose a theme that suits you. And there is hundreds and thousands of themes out there. So choose one which suits your need and then go from there. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to speak to a developer, I recommend you go down that path. If you want a professional website which they can maintain and do a good job of, speak to a developer in your area and make sure that they can prove that they know what they're doing with SEO and the importance of websites, and make sure they understand it because it's a big deal to make. Now, paid advertising in the beginning is how you're going to drive traffic to your website. Paid advertising channels that I love using include Google advertising, Facebook advertising, and LinkedIn campaigns. These are all really powerful tools that are quite reasonably priced, but are great at driving targeted traffic to your website. Keep in mind, only use social media or paid advertising that matches up with your business. If you're a professional lawyer firm, advertising on LinkedIn isn't going to work for you, is what I'm trying to say. So stick to what you know and stick to what your customers know. So for me, with a digital marketing agency, I've got customers over lots of areas, so I can dabble in lots of areas to try and bring clients in. But I try and focus on the more professional side of things like LinkedIn and Google Ads because they're really professional ways of gathering clients. I recommend once you start experimenting with paid advertising that you start off with small budgets like $1 or $2 per day and learn the basics of it. And then once you've mastered some things and you've got some advertising campaigns that are working, then scale up if they're working, bringing clients in, and spend $5, $6, $10 per day and really start pushing it to bring clients in. And the purpose of this paid advertising is You want to push them through your sales funnel like we talked about with your website. You want to push them to your website and encourage them to contact you, or download that ebook, or sign up to that form and enter that sales funnel so that you can convert them to a customer in the future. Now guys, when looking at digital advertising, I recommend that you use tools like Facebook ads. I recommend you use stuff like Google ads, and LinkedIn advertising is really good as well. Google ads is really good if you need to reach people when they're searching for your business, like they're searching for wedding photographer. If they're searching for that, you can make your ads appear up here, and that's a really powerful tool. But Facebook ads are better if you're just looking to advertise to people while they're scrolling through Facebook, and it's a bit more casual. They've both got their ups and downs. Facebook advertising is probably the cheapest you can start with, so it's probably really good to start there and just learn the platforms. Now, with your website set up and some paid advertising running against it, it's time to set up your email campaign. Now, an email campaign can be set up in lots of different ways, but I recommend that you have one automated email campaign. This means once someone signs up to that, you send out weekly emails that are scheduled and you've pre-written. This is a really good way to push people through a sales funnel and encourage them to become a customer of your business. So a few important things with emails are, don't push for the sale straight away, don't try and convert them. You've got to give the customer lots of value before you can expect them to give you value back. So don't try too hard to tell them what you do in the beginning. Just give them content, give them solutions, offer them value, and then after 2 or 3 weeks of sending them regular emails and they've got a really good idea of what you do and they really appreciate the value that you bring, then ask for something in return. This way you're not pushing the customer to buy your products, and instead they've really built a relationship up with you, and now they really enjoy you. And don't be spammy with emails. Send out one quality email a week. No one likes it when they receive an email every day from someone they don't know. They'll just end up blocking you. So do emails well, and they're the best part of your sales funnel because they're a really high quality way of interacting with a customer because they're in depth and everyone's checking their emails every day. We know that. MailChimp and Campaign Monitor. These tools all allow you to capture emails, store them on their servers, and then send out emails to them. And a lot of these tools integrate with website builders and that sort of thing, so it's not hard to set these up so that you can have that lead funnel or that sales funnel connected from these tools here to your website. They're also really reasonably priced, so it's worth getting into. Now, once you've got a bit of a sales funnel set up on your website, which you do have through your email campaign and the paid advertising running against it, you need to have some content to give to people. And this is called content marketing. Now, it's not really well used in a lot of small businesses because they don't have the time or effort, but I think it's an extremely valuable tool which everyone needs to be spending some time using. The idea of content marketing is that you put out content, whether it be videos, podcasts, blog posts, infographics. You put those on the internet and people will consume them, and then when they're consuming it, they link back to your business or your organization. And these are a really powerful tool because you're not selling to anyone and you're building trust, and then as they start gaining your trust, they start associating that trust with your business and your character, and then eventually if they need your work, they're going to come to you to do the work. Now, content marketing is all about choosing your channels wisely. Do what you're good at instead of trying to do everything. So if you like speaking to a camera, create videos. If you like speaking in a podcast, do podcasts. If you like writing, do blogs. But the important thing is, choose one of them and master it. Don't try and do little bits of everything because you know what? It's going to end up being shit. So do the good things that you're good at and do them well. And it's important that the content you put out is actually high quality because if it isn't, then it really does you no favors at all. So it's better to put out one really good piece of content every month than 20 shitty pieces of content. Just keep that in mind. And once you've got that content, this is also stuff that you can push out in emails, in uses email campaigns, and video advertisements, and that sort of thing. So they're a really powerful tool to reuse and bring customers in, and bring potential customers in, and generate publicity for your business. So I really recommend that you learn a bit about content marketing and get stuck into it, because it'll pay dividends in the long term for your organization. Now, content marketing is all about putting out content where you are best suited. So if you're really good at YouTube and videos, start posting on YouTube, and there's endless content on here that's either entertaining or educational. Or if you like podcasts, you can put out podcasts to all these platforms that podcasts are published to, like Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. But also don't be afraid to roll out blogging, because blogs are still a really powerful way of reaching people, but there is lots of competition out there now. So keep in mind that if you're going to do blogging, you need to do it really, really well to get eyes onto your blogs. Now, social media is a really obscure tool because everyone's on it, but no one's really doing it well. I scroll through Facebook sometimes and see posts from businesses which are horrible, they're self-centered, they don't really do anything for anyone, they don't provide value, they don't give you entertainment, they're not funny. And I go, what's the point of putting that out there? No one really cares about that sort of thing. So the thing you've got to understand with social media is you've got to give value. And the two easiest ways to create value is through entertainment or through education. So when you look at creating content in that light of either entertainment or education, you can start actually creating important things which people want to see. Let's say you're a lawyer firm. No one cares about your latest customer testimonial, but people are going to care if you put out content which is actionable advice for people who need lawyers. If you give out or you do funny lawyer videos, that sort of thing, these are ways that you can post on social media to actually generate interest. And don't bother posting one time a day if you're going to post rubbish. Post once a week with a high quality content that people are actually going to engage with and like and share and push around and promote. And this is a really good strategy for social media, because social media is social like it says. If you get 10 likes, people see that, and it's social proof, and it builds and builds and builds. So the important thing is you've got to get that social evidence on your side of social media. And the obvious way to do that is by creating value and putting stuff out there that is valuable. So don't think you need to be posting on social media every single day to succeed. And the other thing I see as well, like paid advertising, is choose your channels and do them well. If you're a lawyer firm, don't be on Pinterest. Be on LinkedIn and master LinkedIn. That's what I mean with social media. You've got to nail down what you do and then provide value. Because if you don't, you're just going to become another page on Facebook that no one really interacts with. Social media. You have to first think about where your ideal customers are. And for me, that's Facebook, so I'm really prominent on Facebook. And I focus on Facebook. But for you, it might be somewhere else. If you're manufacturing shoes, you might think that Pinterest is the place where you want to advertise and spend the most time and generate leads on there, because lots of people use it to discover clothing and that sort of thing. But the key is understand where you want to hang out and hang out there and do it well. Now, search engine optimization, or SEO, should be one of your long-term focuses of your business, because SEO is how you get your website to rank number one in Google. And obviously, Google's the biggest traffic source at the moment, so you really want to invest some time and energy into this system. Now, I always get asked, how do you do SEO and how do you get ranked on Google highly? And to answer this question, you've got to think about what Google wants for people using its product of its search engine. And Google wants to show people the relevant websites that they're searching for. And Google isn't going to show your website if it's rubbish. It's only going to show sites which it can trust and sites which you can see are valuable. So the key to doing good SEO is by being valuable and having value. So essentially the question becomes, how do you show Google that you are a valuable website? And there are different tools you can use to do this. One is putting out content. Google likes to see that you're putting out content. Google wants to scan your pages on your website and see that you've got important content and it's well written and it's well laid out. Google wants to see that your website's mobile optimized and optimized for desktop. Google wants to see backlinks. Backlinks are where people link back to your website. This shows that your website's actually important because people are linking to it and it must be a good source of information. These are all some of the ways that Google can read and see if your websites are valuable. So bear that in mind when you're building a website, that you essentially want it to be valuable for people and answer questions which people have. So if you're a social media agency, you want to appear valuable for that around that search term. So put out social media content about social media. Do all that sort of thing. Have a fast loading website. These are really good ways to get yourself ranked in Google. Overall, SEO is quite hard to do. It's worth doing it well though, because in the long run, it will pay dividends and eventually mean that you can stop doing paid advertising and that sort of thing if you're getting enough traffic through Google. So search engine optimization is really complicated, but essentially for my business, IPM Media, I want to be able to appear when people search that. And you can see that that is what happens. That's the case. My pages come up. Now, there are lots of tools you can go out there and use to do this, but the first two that I say to everyone that you must have is Google My Business and Google Search Console. So Google My Business is Google's directory page, and essentially that is how you get listed on places like Google Maps, and that's how you get listed on the right hand side over here. So once you register on Google My Business, Google will send you out a letter, and then that letter will verify your listing, and then that's how you get on this platform, all across here and on Google Maps. And that's a really powerful way to get traffic. Now, Google Search Console is how you let Google know that you're a new website and that they need you to crawl your website and have a look at it. What I mean by crawl is Google Search Console will go onto your website and scan all your pages and figure out and document your website. And this is a really good way to get Google to know that you're actually on Google, and it's a really fast way of happening, because otherwise if you don't do it, Google won't know you're there and it makes it hard to find you. Now, retargeting is the process of taking people who have been to your websites and showing them ads on social media, on Google, and that sort of thing. And it's a really not very well understood process, but it's valuable for really converting people in your sales funnel. The idea is that if people have gone to your website, they obviously really care about what you do, and they obviously kind of need your products or services. So instead of letting them leave quickly, we want to encourage them to come back and see if they need our products again and again. So the best way to do this is through retargeting. And you can set up retargeting through social media and Google Ads and that sort of thing. It's not hard. And then once you've done that, you can target people who have been on your website and have left. And this is great because people might go to your website, need your services, and then forget about you and click off because they've got another email. And then if we can give them the opportunity to come back to our website, they're most likely to do it because they already know who we are, they already know what we do, and then they're closer to converting and entering a sales funnel. So retargeting ads are really important to set up in the long term of your business, because you can essentially set them up and then leave them, because essentially that's retarget people, and then this will encourage people to come back to your business. Now, website retargeting isn't too hard to set up. So if you're using a tool like Facebook ads, all you need to do is install a little bit of code on your website that enables Facebook to track who's going to your website. That code is called Facebook Pixel. And once you're on Facebook ads, you can register for this code and then put it on your website. And that way Facebook can track who's been on your website. And it's a very similar process with all the digital advertising channels. So with LinkedIn and Google Ads, it's all the same. So once you've got all these pixels installed, you can eventually retarget people who've been to your website with ads on these platforms that you choose. Now guys, I hope this video really helped you understand a bit more about the digital marketing ecosystem and how you can set up a sales funnel and use different tools to bring people into your business and convert them in the long run. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot if you liked and subscribed and gave us a comment. Thanks so much guys, have a great day, see you all soon.